Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? There we go. Wonderful. I had this biggest screw up of my life. I didn't press go live. I pressed start broadcast, but not go live. And then I started streaming, and then I realized it's not live. So I've wasted an hour. I'm sorry for that, but that's on me. So how are you doing, guys, today? Because I'm doing fine. Before after the a screw up. That was a skill issue. I take part in that. That's skill issue. Anyways, we are not working on um not the plugin. The oh my word. Not I can't remember my old the economy plugin. It's a Statecraft. We're not working on Statecraft. We're working on a new plugin for a mod pack. Not a mod pack, of a mod pack event. Anyways, let me introduce you to what we're gonna do today. Anyways, so we are going to create somewhat of a border team system. So the idea is that there's a particle wall, and when you walk through that wall, you have the okay, let me rethink that. So we've got our particle wall. This is for per team. So each team should be able to expand this per chunk. So let's say this is team 1 chunk, team 2 chunk, and this is team 1 chunk. They could be able to be expanded this direction, but not in this direction. Or let's say here's team red and there's team blue. These two should be not interfering with each other. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is explain the border idea. There's not going to be like the FTP border. There's going to interface with FTP team because there's a file you can access. I cannot show this because I don't like to dox myself. So basically the idea is, imagine this is your base. You can leave it and you can go exploring. But the second imagine this is now team 2 and you enter, you can still go in, but you go into adventure mode. And that's the idea behind it. So at the moment this is the wall. I like it actually quite a lot. The particles match, but it does not work. It's via command block. I mean, what do you guys think of the command blocks? I mean, the particle wall. I like the particles. We're using Dolphin, for anyone who wants to know. But anyway, let's get started. Let me go IntelliJ. There we go. So, what I'm to do now is quick walkthrough. So we've got our commands, what I'm been struggling with, while forgetting to start the stream. And that's my skill issue. So we've got our particle command. This should only create the particle. We've got our listener to figure out what chunk you're in, but that's for another time. I just want to get the walls working. And we've got a particle creator. We've got an enum just to figure out the rotation. So if you remember in the Minecraft, you can either have the north-south, there we go, and the east-west, there we go. So now we've got this as an enum. So you can either choose this wall or this wall. Let's see if I can actually get a entire chunk working. So we take you, I take you, these should be outside. There we go. So let me quickly fix that. I'm not curious just to check how the chunks look like when all of, there we go. This is how the wall's going to look like if you get close to it. I like this effect. I don't know, it just looks clean. It doesn't look too dramatic or too distracting. I mean, you can see the border, but it's basically invisible. This is what this 1,000 looks like. Oh, come on, there we go. Wonderful. And you've got another 1,000. There we go. Oh, my PC doesn't like this. Let's go back to 700. There we go, and 700. Oh, my frame's back. Okay, wonderful. So, as you can see here, this is the idea. And what I'm trying to get to work is that I can add a chunk, basically, to the border, and it adapts. If that makes sense. So, let's get started. Now, the thing I've been working with, and hoping ChatGPT works, is this bloody error command. Yeah, let's see the resources. The original. There we see. Okay, let's start from the top. Not working. This means you plug in one. Is that an issue? Okay, API version. Plugin version 1.20. Okay. Fix API version to 1.20. Correct final. Copy. Let's see. Paste that. That's the same. Let's see if I can use NVM. No, I can't. NVM team. Let me remove the target folder. Delete. And delete there. Delete. And we rebuild this. Okay. API version. Rebuild. Start the server. Okay, what I'm to do now is I'm to restart the server. There we go. And once it's restarted, we can check if the particle wall created. Because the way we create the particle wall is new for me, because I've not used particles before. ChatGPT said if I set the center location, spawn particle. Question, is the offset X, Y, and Z delta? Because if it's a delta, that's good. If not, we need to figure out. Other than that, I think it looks fine. So, what we need to do now, offset Z, oh, that looks fine. Let's see, did we get an error? Yes, we did. Failed to load. Let's see the file explorer. Yeah, let me quickly go back to the file explorer. Don't like to be doxed. And then, if I go down here to the plugins, take wall. Oh, and we remove the wall border API. Oh my word, I made my mistake. Try again. There we go. Remove that. Wonderful. And then we go back here and we start it. Copied. And there is the mistake or the error. Wonderful. Still seems to give me an error. And then the YML, because this thing is giving me errors. I don't like errors. It's not fun. So here, to go here to replace that. Problem, filtering, resources. Okay, let's go back to the main monitor. And it says resources. Where is the resources? For the project resources. There we go. And I need to replace from there to there. Rebuild. I think it looks fine. That looks fun. Okay. Sharded. To shaded. Do I have a shaded? Target. No, I don't. I have a snap what? Snapshot. Oh my god, I can't speak. Anyways, hello everybody joining. How are you doing today? Because I'm doing wonderful. So, we've got the command. We've updated this. Hopefully this bloody thing works now. If not, I'm going to have a problem with the Java. Okay, let's restart. And hopefully it works. So we say stopping server, saving players, and we've got an error. What is the problem? I have no clue. Is it the command? Let's see. This is debugging. I don't know why the error is happening. It might have to do something, because that's the last thing that gives an error. If not, it might work. Let's see. So we can open. No, it's an error. Sponge powered doesn't make sense. Failed to load. I have still no clue. I think I just might create a new plugin. NVM. Let's do that. We completely delete. So I'm going to go back to chatting. Wonderful. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is going to delete this plugin, because clearly it doesn't seem to be working. Well, that is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, oh, I need to close you. The IntelliJ idea. Wonderful. So let's see if it works again. Perfect. Close the server. Open IntelliJ. And go back to the main monitor. There we go. IntelliJ is loading. New project. And then we call this TechWars. TechWars. Plugin 1.21 TechWars. Sudoku TechWars. Create. And now we're creating the plugin. And it's working. The project's being created. Wonderful. I can't speed this up. Okay, there we go. Sadly, we have to start again from the beginning. But now at least we know what to do. So we should do commands. Border. Usage. Border. There we go. And then TechWars. I'm to keep here. We say bucket.get logger dot info. TechWars plugin is online. Online, there we go. Online. Online. There we go. Wonderful. We've got our plugin. Then we need to add the command. So if we say get command border dot set execute null. Okay, so we'll create a new package. No, new package, and we say in here command, and then we then add a new package. We call it listeners. Okay, in the commands Java class, and in this Java class we say border command add yes to git, and that implements command executor, and then we need to implement methods. Okay, and make sure this is true. There we go. And then in here, if I say if we are not, oh my word, not of sender instance of player, I'm going to say bucket dot get logger dot info, no warn, only players, in-game players can run this command. Let's see, players can run this command. We do that. And the listeners we don't need now. We create a new package and we say particulars, and then we say here new. Actually, we don't need a package. We just need a new Java class. We say particular wall. Add it to Git. Then I say enum public enum rotation or side. I think rotation makes better. Rotations. Then we say here north, south. Then we also say east, west. Okay, wonderful. And then we here say public void create wall. And then we need the rotation. So rotation rot. I don't need brackets. And then we create a switch. And then inside of the switch, then we add the rotation. Hello everybody, join. How are you doing today? Because I'm doing wonderful. Then inside the switch, we add case east west, and we add case, and then we say, oh, and then some input location, center location. There we go. We need to import this class. Import class location org.bucket. Then we say center location.getWorld.spawn particle, and then we need to add the particle dolphin. There we go. Wonderful. Then we have the center location, and then we've got the offset. So for east west, we have 16, 201, and the count. Let's make the count 700. That's what I did. And then we do the same thing. We do case north south. This is center location.getWorld.spawn particle.dolphin center location. Oh, count. That's my problem. We have to do offset z1 200. This has to be 16. This has to be 700. There we go. Then we put the count of 700. The offset to be 1 this time. The offset to 100 to be 200. And then finally, we put the offset to Z16. So this should roughly take over or fill the entire wall of a chunk. Create wall. Then we go back to our border command. And then we should be able to create a new particle. No, we need a particle wall. So we say particle wall, particular wall. I have to create a public. Let's do a private I think I need to make this, rename this, refactor, rename, and we need this as capital, refactor, particle wall, there we go. And then, in the particle wall, causes WP equals new particle wall. Wonderful. Then, finally, in the particle wall, we need to add WP create wall, the location, so we say sender dot get player. Let's see here. I do player equals sender dot player dot when you cast it player sender. Does this work? I mean it does. So we say player dot get location. There we go. Wonderful. And then we say rotation. Now we need to think, because how do I get the rotation? If it is from a certain radius, from maybe I can do that action then. So say if player, no, small player dot player dot rotation get rotation, no, player dot row. Let's check here. Now I want to check player. Control F, rotation. How do I get? Does it just get pitch or dot pitch? Is it that? Player dot pitch. Player dot yo. I've done this before. So, everybody, how are you doing today? Who is joining? Okay, is it get yo? Probably is. Get yo. Get the entities yo. Get pitch. Okay, I was correct. So go back to Minecraft. You join now. You join the server. Why can I join the server? That's interesting. Is this server online? No, it's not. That's why. Okay, let me quickly start the server. No. Plugin. Tech walls. Server 1.20.1 and start. Start.bat. Okay. Wonderful. And now, no. I don't understand. Error loading plugin. It does not make sense. I've remade the plugin. Okay, let's go here. Plugins. We delete that. We delete that. And then I go here. Oh, it's not done yet. So border.getYo. Let me just quickly go into the private test world. So cancel single player test world. And we need to figure out what the yo is. That makes sense. So we can clamp it depending on where it is. So west between, south is between 45. I remember that from the previous stream. So you've got west, that means it's 45, positive 45 to positive 45 to roughly 145. So if yo, it's pitch or yo, if this yo or this pitch, I'm confused. Pitch or yo. Let's really say so TP at S to my current location. The pitch and the yo, let's do 45. Okay, so this is rotation. The first number. The pitch. I think this is the pitch, so this is the yaw. So, from negative 45, yaw is between. So, equals is smaller. Smaller equal to 45, or layer dot get yaw is bigger or equal to 145. So if it's bigger, no, if this is bigger and this is smaller than 45, where's the error? Or and, we have to and, doesn't work, doesn't want to. Okay, then we do that, and we do, I just want the close bracket, and we do, this is going to give some people some heart attacks. Let's do that, and then we add the closing bracket here. Why is it an error? Not a statement. It's not a statement. Doesn't make sense. Oh, thank you so much, Tandashi. Let me convert this or remove this. My wonderful Java skills. And then we say that's 45. And then we also add player.getYo. Let me say player.getYo. Player.getYo is there to 145. 5. Wonderful. So now that's checking for waste. So then we do the particle wall, and we put that here for rotation northwest. North-south. No, east-west. East-west. And technically speaking, no, okay, I'm not going to do that for now. So we're first going to add here. Check if it is north, east-west. East-west. So we need to add another if. Go back to Minecraft. And east is between negative, say negative 45 to positive 40. Southeast, so negative 45 to negative 45, 100 negative 45. We say player dot get you. Now I need to reverse it. So if that's there, it's negative 135, or player dot. You most likely want also add both condition not or nor them, as currently will be always evaluated to be true. That's true. Thank you for noticing. Wait, let me quickly just plot on the number. So get your, and we do the other way. So that's negative 45. That's slightly more. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good observation. Thank you so much, Tandashi. Sorry for butchering your name. Okay, so pw dot create. Let me just copy this. It's not going to be the most efficient, but it's going to be good for now to check if the wall's been created, if that makes sense. So we say check if it is north, south. There we go. And if it is north, south. Or we can just do else. So we do else if. We do else if. Because if it's not these two conditions, it has to be north-south. So I can just save that. pw dot, just paste that, and we do north-south. North-south. If my logic isn't correct. So, first we check if it's west, then we check if it's east. If it's neither of them, it is north-south. I think that makes sense. So, maybe we can copy this, and then we do that there. Doesn't look that good, but today just slide for now. Okay, wonderful. Let's put here the player like that, and we do that there, and we do that there. Okay, hopefully this is more visible for the if statement, or let me just do it like that, and then we remove this there. Okay, wonderful. So we return true. We create the wall, so when you create wall, we center location is the current location you're starting as standing at. Get the location when we spawn it. Let's see if I get commands at executor and to border new border command, and this. No, it's not a event. We compile, and now hopefully my server doesn't crash, or I get another error like this one. It's not a. So let's do restart. One file's copied, and hopefully no error. Please no error, please no error, please no error, please no error. Big overview, plugin gods. And there is an error. Okay, it's not the big one we had before. Enabling tech wall, Java line, bucket, because return value of pseudo code string is null. Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. ChatGPT and explain this error. What does this error mean? Wonderful. Let's see what it says. It's returning null can access set executor cause null. So it's not seeing this command. Why not? Oh, because forgot to do here. Return true. Now this is wonderful. Get command reads the commands listed plugin or YML. It will return true if the command missing from plugin, paper plugin or YML. Border. Control C. Tag walls. Border. Control V. The command is missing from plugin or YML. Okay. The command in code doesn't match plugin YML exactly. Case sensitive. Not packed correctly in the jar. You're building the plugin incorrectly using Maven with wrong resource filtering. Let's see here. ChatGPT gave me a example. Hopefully this works. Okay, and resources. So the pom.xml. Where is that? Everybody resources. There we go. So here. Hopefully this will not give me an error. MVM. Did I put the correct thing? It's compiling. Paper snapshot jar. I don't understand why it's not working. Jar CTF. Okay, it's building. Using, so it's compiling. Hopefully this works now. My file's copied. Server restarting. And we've got a big error. Oh my word. Okay, so this doesn't seem to be working. Maybe I need to change the settings here. Here, edit. Was it Alt Shift S? Alt Shift Control S. Yes. Project artifacts. Add artifacts jar. Empty. Name. Tech walls. Type jar. Let me quickly go back to chatting. I don't want to dox myself. Don't need WSL. So we go and we just build directly into the server. I mean that might work. We build actually. Okay, we skip it as is. So go back to the main. So plugins tech wall, plugins tech walls, tech walls compile out. I mean, let's do okay. Here, goals give me an error. Element goals doesn't have character. Executions. This is giving me an error. Hopefully this works now. So when buildings, there we go. Problems regarding pressing the palms. Non-possible palm, expected stack TED. Okay, so that gave me an error for compilement. So hopefully this time it will run properly. Plugin. Where is it? Okay, copy. ChatGPT said to fix this. Apache Maven plugin. Nothing changed. Oh, that's why. Let's compile again. Building. Finished. Okay, hopefully this time it runs. Otherwise I have to do it by hand. Target. Original text was shaded. Okay, that's fun. Directly failed to load. I love Java code. Evercodes. Listen. Maybe I should drag it per hand, because I love when it gives wonderful explained error. Makes no sense. Paper 1 only supports. API version is the same. Yeah, version 1.20. Cannot. The directory failed to load. Error. This happens when paper can recognize a jar is often caused by a corrupted jar, the file being folder instead of a jar, the plugin YAML being invalid, broken YAML or wrong API version. I mean, it looks fine, it's what it generated. So I don't know about this. Let's see if I can do this. Let's do it per hand. Do that, JavaC. 14 errors. Okay, there's my problem. So it just failed to compile. So let's go for 111. Tech was Java 13. Package.bucket.org.input bucket. What? SOC main solo tech was Java 3. There we go. Packet doesn't exist, but bucket. So we need this. We do need this. Okay, so I don't understand that error. Then, in tech was 5. Error package so doesn't exist. Import. Oh, so the compiler doesn't see everything. That's interesting. Let's put this in a text file so I can actually see. It's a notepad. Add plus, I don't mind. There we go. We file new. And hopefully I can see a bit better what the errors are. Does not exist. Interesting. Doesn't make sense. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says, because these error codes doesn't make any sense. Okay, download paper API jar. Let's see what the API jar does. Let's see here. Paper download. If you're already running paper server, usually name something like paper API. Keep it in default glibs. Where? Java resources lib. Downloads. Okay. Paper. And I want the older one, so I need to check here, and hopefully we can see here. So we've got our paper. Let me drag that over. Older Bold Explorer 1.20.1. Here we go. And we download the latest. I want that one. And we save it at downloads. There we go. Now I need to put this in a libs folder according to ChatGPT, which is interesting. Okay, once I've downloaded that, hopefully it runs. And lib folder. Okay, maybe I just need to re-put the server jar. That might be the problem. Paper. Delete the server.jar. Delete that. I have to close it, of course. Try again. Then the downloads folder. I'm going to go to our downloads. to paper, copy, and then we go back to the normal and repaste. Rename this to server. So this should be the new paper. So in the same root folder, does it say? So we've got src, and we've got libs, target, new folder, directory, lib. And inside here, I should add the paper thing. Okay. We go back to the file explorer. We go to the plugins. So we go to plugins, and plugins, TechWars. Wonderful. And then we go to src, no libs. Also paste the paper 1.21.196 jar in there, and hopefully, and I really beg, hopefully, it works now. I don't like struggling with this bloody paper thing. Okay, then we close this, and then we copy this command. Still gives me the same error. Symbol. What? Cannot find symbol. Doesn't make sense. Why don't you want to work? Does not make sense. It's interesting why it doesn't want to work. Let's see here. What does the command say? Oh no. So java c cp libs per API paper libs paper 1.21, and then we just have 196. There we go. Wonderful. 196.jar src main java org solo. No, not src. We've got target. Copy. Where is it? Okay. Refactor was a copy. Copy path reference. Absolute path. Okay. Hello everybody joining today. How are you doing today? Because I've been struggling with this paper. Okay. Invalid file name. Let's see if this one works. Still 14 error. But this time it finds the thing. Cannot find symbol. Oh my word. Why isn't it compiling? That's so bloody annoying. All these errors because of paper bucket API in your custom border command. Paper API download. Let's see here. Paper API download. Let's see here. Paper API download and see what happens. Maybe it works. Download API. MC. I don't understand why it's not working. It's the pom.xml. Let's put it into cursor, and maybe that works. We can try that. Yeah, let me try that. So I'm gonna go to the chatting. So cursor. Who knows what cursor is? It's I use it when I get bored. Basically, so when I don't want to code something, I use cursor. But there's a free trial. I did not upgrade for a while, so I didn't have to do the free trial. Just could use it as long as I want, and then force me to upgrade. I mean update. So that's a bit depressing. Why I can't use it? Infinitely basically. So let's open the terminal. So please make compile correctly. Main correctly. no, enable. Okay. I get these errors when compiling. Wonderful. Then we paste the errors for IntelliJ. Please be able to make it fix or run. Compile. Compile. There we go. And let's make it do the magic. I actually wonder what the theme or the way it made, because I like this. It looks cool. Let's see. It's wrong jar. The actual file path is there. Fix file path. Yeah. Run. It gives me that error. So it's basically do the thinking for the fixing, because I don't actually want to code by myself. If it's not done by me, I don't feel like I learned anything, and if I don't learn, it's time wasted. So yeah, but if it comes useful in cases like this, because in my opinion, if it works, so it gets running, and AI doesn't help you, this is going to be a life changer. So we'll put this in the second one. In the meantime, back to Minecraft. Let's see. While we wait, we put this next door so I can see. Continue. Wonderful. In the meantime, how are you guys doing today? How are you feeling? Any interesting thoughts today? There we go. And then now, what can I do today? We could figure out a way to the detection. I mean, we can continue coding. Let's do that. So, all the things running in the background. We can go to SRC, Java, commands, tech walls, particle wall. So for people joining, we are creating a wall system. Oh my word, I can't speak. So the idea behind the wall, let me quickly add here. Particle, dolphin, the current position, Windows. There we go. 1 above me. And then we say the delta is 4, 10, 0, 0.1. Count is 1,000. And we say speed 0. Count is 1,000. That's 1,000. And we say normal. Voice active, done. And we say gamer, command block output, false. This is the board idea. So basically, Teams or whatever we're using right now. Hello everybody joining. How are you doing today? So currently we're working on a border system. So what we're doing now is getting the particle to work. But I've got to compile errors, so it doesn't work. So what we're going to do now is just design the wall. So the idea was that we use the particle. It's a bit loud. There we go. Wonderful. So while using the wall, okay, we refactor it. Rethink this. So imagine this is team war 1. And we want to go through the border. We walk through, nothing happens. Now, imagine I'm not part of this team. And I walk through. I get switched into adventure mode. There we go. So basically, you can still explore the other teams. But if I walk back out, go back to survival mode. So the idea behind this, for a modpack event that we're working on, me and another developer. I don't think I'm going to say their name. I don't know if they want to be named or not. Anyways, to make a video on this later. But what I'm to do now is getting this working. Now, I found a new technology, and this technology allow me to run mods and plugin at the same time. So with this, we can add plugins and mods, and thus we can add custom functionality that something like Cube.js or, for example, oh my word, I can't speak. For example, Craftweaver can't do. So yeah, another one of my current projects is getting a team-based tech tree working. So that's also going to be fun. Tutorial out coming soon. Just need to finish editing. So the border looks cool in my opinion. Let's see if I can get this working. There we go. And now we take this and replace it. For example, here. I mean, this looks bloody cool. This looks bloody cool. I love it. This is fascinating me. This particle war. I love. It looks so simplistic. So it's not intrusive, but it's there. I like it. What do you guys think? Because at the moment that's what we're doing, and yeah, it looks cool in my opinion. But if we get this working, it'll look even cooler. Now the next idea or problem we have is that how do we detect the border expansion? So sorry, I'm stuttering so much because the back the monitor's on. I'm trying to hear if everything's fine. So what I'm to do now is figure out a way to get this working. So while we're doing that, let's see what cursor's doing. Add, get children request out. Interesting. And so into settings. Let's go to chatting. Could you want to change the setting here? And advanced property. Monitor off. Wonderful. Okay, now I can hear myself again. Let me close. So the problem is what we have with the border is how do we detect or expand the border? Because my idea with the border system is that a team can change or expand the border depending on how many they can unlock or whatever. For example, in City Skylines, you can change the border size depending on what you unlock. So, for example, in the tech tree, you unlock something, and then you can choose a chunk to expand. I want to do something similar. So you can set amount of chunks a team can expand, and then the border adapts according to that chunk. So, for example, I get 3 chunks to expand. I can do 1, 2, 3, and then the previously boxed border expands in that direction, if that makes sense. So while doing that, let's see what cursor's doing. Come on, cursor. There we go. Yes. I don't really want to code while cursor's running because it's both in the same file directory and I don't want to mess something up while something's being done. Let me close this out. Yeah. And now so that's what my current plan is. It's a modpack event. If you want to join, I'm to put the Discord in one of my videos, because the next videos are going to be about this modpack event, but I don't really want to do any more advertising. That's about it. So I've got a funny story today. Before starting streaming, so that's why the stream is so late today, in OBS there's a start broadcasting button, and when pressing that button I thought I went live, so I started streaming like normally. And then I noticed, oh shoot, it's not live. So I wasted an hour of my time. And that was my learning experience today, to double check my bloody OBS. So yeah, that's what I've experienced today. And then of course the plugin that doesn't work all of a sudden. But that's another problem. Hopefully Cursor's fixing this thing, and finally maybe we can even put here. There we go, so we can actually see what's doing. And does it work? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's not fun. So in the meantime, what should we do? Because until then I can't really do much. And there we go. Let's get children. And yeah, it's doing its thing. I don't know if it's going to go in loop or not. If not, I'm going to cry off stream, because this is going to be interesting if it doesn't get working. But that's out of my control at the moment, because I don't have I've got a skill issue with the Java error code. For anyone interested, I can try getting that code here. Anyone interested in the chat? Oh, it's a bit long. Anyone interested? Here's the code, the problem. Maybe a bit too fast, but I mean, you can pause. So that's the problem we have. But the problem here is it doesn't show here. For example, the spawn particle, IntelliJ doesn't say that there's a problem here, if that makes sense. So the library or something is off according to ChatGPT. And like I previously said, I only use AI when I'm either way too lazy to do something, or if I don't know how to fix it. Okay, so Cursor just finished. So copy that, I close it off. And then I go back, no, close this, I don't need that. Back to IntelliJ, go to terminal, and then we do here, CLS, not caps locks, and then we paste this. And hopefully, it did something. It did, wonderful. We've got the out, and we've got the, no, libs, adventure, bungee code paper API. It did actually do something. It didn't give me an error. That's good. If it didn't give me an error. So let's go back to the here, and let me start the server. One file's copied. Hopefully it works. I'm very excited to see if it works now. If it gives me another error, it does give me an error. Wonderful. For anyone interested, here's the error. I'm to put it in chat if anyone wants to know. It's too big. Okay. Failed to load. Of course it did. Why though? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Cursor. Wonderful. Okay, so until then, we can maybe go to Diamondfire. That's a cool, underrated server in my opinion. Oh, okay, never mind. There we go. And now, when running, back to him. Okay, here's the server. So this is what we've been working on until it didn't work, because I actually can't do much when the bloody plugin doesn't work. So that's the problem I'm having. Continue. There we go. So yeah, that's how it's currently standing. At the moment, I was thinking of using a simple algorithm in the sense of that if I, for example, were to look in a direction and I do /border add or something like that, it adds in the direction I'm looking, so it removes this border, moves this one chunk back, and then automatically expands to the sides. But I think that doesn't seem to be working at the moment, which is sad because the plugin doesn't work. Yeah, so that's a bit depressing. I still don't understand why it doesn't work. Yeah. If you guys want, I can show you the mod pack. I mean, the one developer's been working on, or the tech tree. But I don't know if I should leak it. I'm not going to leak it. I don't think I'm going to leak it. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. I pasted the command into cursor. Let's see what cursor does. I'm so sorry that I can't code at the moment. That this is what's happening. If it really does have a problem, I am going to add, or I'm going to do this off stream in the meantime. So yeah, this is sad for me that I can't really do much. What other things can we do? I'm to show you. I'm to show you the mod pack. Let's go back to chatting, and we open. We go to CurseForge. Keep all. Okay, it gave me an output. I mean, it gave me an output. I'm not complaining. Here, the error provide the plugins version is not supported on this version was misleading. The API updated. Okay, view changes. Okay, hopefully it bloody fixed itself now. So if I compile, building. Oh, okay, wonderful. I've got actually some proper error messages. My PC is crashing. That's fun. Let me close a few projects. Don't need that. I don't need that. Thank you. Illegal border command. Illegal enum. What is this? Compile. Java command. Border command. Java. Border command. New. Border command. So this was basically not allowed. Okay, let me delete this. Delete. Okay. So it's border command, basically. Border command. Okay, for parent, some odd reason, it saw everything. It saw everything as a simple thing. So git commit -m fixing compiler issues. Okay, wonderful. Commit bit. There we go. Wonderful. We committed that, and hopefully now, if I go back to the, no, not that. If I go back to our thing here, I close that. I go into here, and I open our plugins. Delete that. And then I'm really going to remove that. I'm to go add here. I'm to go here, here. Back to plugins. Where is plugins? There we go. Where's plugins? I cannot read. P plugins. Plugins! And plugins. There we go. And then we do that again. And then we do that. Okay. So we've got our TechWars here. We've got our out is org solo code commands. No, that's the wrong one. We've got TechWars target. And then we've got here our or let's just do here the snapshot. I copy that, I go here, and I paste that. And then we go to the paper, and then we start the server. And hopefully, I beg to the plugin gods that we do not have an error. Never mind. We do. Plugins. Got one plugin. We have an error. Why do we have a bloody error? That cannot be that we have another error. Oh my word. Cannot be. Why do we have another bloody error? Failed to load. What? Where? Where? Failed to load. Does not make sense. Okay, it does not make sense. That's annoying. Cannot be. Why? Okay. I have no clue why this isn't working. And it is annoying. Unsupported API version. Oh my word, the bloody thing isn't even updating. So, I just put the error code to ChatGPT. Because clearly something ain't working. Libraries in the resources. No, thank you. So, according to ChatGPT, I can show you. Let me do. There we go. Here we go. According to ChatGPT, do I have to do this? Do I just have to do this? I do not understand. Okay, if it works now, I am going to rage quit. Let's see, where's my server? Don't have a server. There's the server. Stopping server. Hopefully it works now. If it was a string, I am going to throw my monitor out the window. No, it didn't work. Okay. Why did it not work? Failed to load. Java Lang runtime execution. Exception. What? Why does it not want to load? It does not compile correctly or what now? One off. No. Says, and then we put the in here. Perfect. Let's fix apply inside your JAWS, not the only project which. You know what? Actually, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to the projects folder here, and I'm going to go into the plugins, and then I'm to right click, show more options, and then open with 7-zip. Open archive. I'm to put the chatting mode so I don't dox myself. Okay. Wrong one. Main. There we go. My bad. So we go to paperplugin.yml. And this is what it says in the compiled version. So it does give the correct one, but the server doesn't see that as the correct one, which makes absolutely no sense to me if this is the compiled one, because this is what 7-zip says. This is the compiled one inside the paperplugin.yml. So I don't know what's going on. Let's say, is it an issue that it is called paper-plugin.yml. Let's see, maybe this is the problem. Okay. So I need to rename it. I need to rename the paper plugin. I need to rename this. Okay, no, cancel, no, I just want to rename, refactor. Rename. I'm just going to call this plugin. Am I correct? No. ChatGPT. Just to be plugin YML. Refactor. If this thing does not work now, then I'm going to lose it. If it does not work now, because I have absolutely no clue why it is not working. Absolutely no clue. Process finished. Okay, let's go back to the server. Hopefully this thing bloody works now. I'm begging to the plugin gods. I'm praying to the plugin gods. I'm praying to the plugin gods. I am praying. I am praying. I am praying. I am pray. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. How? Why? What? What? That cannot be. Why? Oh, not Apple Music. And then my game crashes. Of course, my bloody game crashes. It worked. I cannot have tick command. It worked. I'm to keep it family friendly, not swear. I'm to keep it family friendly, not swear. I'm not going to swear. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. For everyone who doesn't know what's going on, for basically the entire beginning to current time of the stream, I've been trying to get the bloody plugin to compile correctly without an error. And turns out the fix was removing a word, a singular word was the fix. Oh my word. Finally. This thing finally bloody works. No, we don't have a pod. Border command executed. Let's see. Border command new. Border command simple. Let's say simple. 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 Input loss. There we go. And then we run this. And I please if it please just work. Oh my word. How can this be that it just works? Oh my word. Oh my word. That cannot be. It just worked. I'm going to get myself water. That cannot be. That. My word. Bloody hell. There's border. So the border commands works now. Wonderful. Now why is it not creating the wall? Might be creating it very shortly though. I mean, that's a possibility. That's creating the wall very shortly. And then removes it. Okay. I'm putting in a fetch of water. And I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I am back with a water, which is wonderful. And yeah, I just called myself cold. Oh my word, I can't bloody speak. Cold. I I called myself down. I don't know how to. Can't bloody speak. My word. Okay, so basically, what I'm going to do now is hopefully be able to generate a particle ball that does not change. Maybe I can do that. I'm thinking like a data pack creator. I can put a marker on each, or I can save the location. Yes, let's do that. So if I go back to the IntelliJ and I go to tech rules and I create here and then we say here a new public location, and we say wall center locations. Let me do that. New array list. Let's do an array list. Public array list. Array list location. Let's say wall center locations was new array list. Whoops, there we go. So now when I in the border command new, I can delete this. Refactor. No, delete. Where's delete? Delete. Okay. Let me just go to tech walls and we change this to border command new. Excuse me. No, I just had to burp. Border command new. And then in the border command new, let me put this up a bit so you can actually hear me. Border command new. And the border command new. Let me do that and let me delete. Delete. Okay. Wonderful. And then we refactor, rename, and reset border command. Just remove the new. And this should change this. I then have to go in here, I have to change this to border command. There we go. So now we've changed the name of the border command, and by doing that, we've got it fixed now. Because of this bloody file, it didn't work. So that basically means I don't need this, but I'm going to keep it anyway because I'm too scared to change it. Okay, so instead of doing that, what I'm going to do here is instead of doing this, I'm going to instantiate. So when we get that, we're just going to say pw dot wall location dot add player dot get location. And now this is where we need to become smart. I might need a map. Location direction. Oh, my border not, my wallpaper not scaling correctly. I might need to fix something because the problem I'm facing at the moment is that I'm having a logic error here. I'm just noticing if I just get the location, how do I know which way to expand it in? If that makes sense. Or we do it like this. We just spawn it in a square, and then every time you call the command, we spawn it in a square. So let me quickly just demonstrate what I mean. Back to Minecraft. So in Minecraft, we've got something called chunks, and for those people who don't know what chunks are, that's basically how Minecraft saves a world or generates a world. It creates one of these chunks, and then it stitches it with the next chunk. And the border system should be based off these chunks. And at the moment, I'm figuring out how I can figure out where the center is. So even if I'm in the chunk, where the center of the chunk is, if that makes sense. I don't know if walls I did, of course I don't. So let's see. if I can figure out a way. Is there no definite middle? Here's the middle, but that's not. It's 16. Oh my word! It's not straight. And not straight. What I mean by that, it's not uneven. It's not an uneven number. It's an even number. So the center of the chunk. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm getting this UI or this thing to pop out, is if you press F3 and G. So where's this center? Here. So basically the center is somewhere in the middle. It's somewhere in this middle. There's the center, somewhere in the chunk. I'm gonna cry. What does F3 tell me? What chunk it is? How could I get the chunk center? How? Let's close that. How to get chunk? Get chunk center in paper and speak it. Paper 1.20.1. Okay, let's see. At x equals 5, z equals 12, the one would be at x. Let's ask ChatGPT because I'm not going to do math right now. Can you please give me a formula? Give me a formula on or how I can figure out where the chunk center is. Let me demonstrate. Paint. Let me open MS Paint. There we go. So my current idea is if Paint opens and I don't leak myself. If not, I'm actually gonna go to the chatting. We're gonna go to chatting. There we go. If bloody Paint opens. There we go. Back to main. Okay. So the idea is that let's say there's a square. So when we create the border command, so the cursor I'm currently moving is the player, and we create the border command, so we do /border, it creates a perfect, it fills out the border. So in the sense, and then the idea is that if you are in the border and you look, oh wait, let me do this simpler. If you're on the outside, so if you're next to a border, so anyone that is adjacent to you, so here, 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 or here in the chunks, and you, for example, you're down here and you create the border, what does it sets the same border, right? And then what it does, it removes the center part here. If that makes sense. So now I've got a bigger border, and then this updates to here. So you've got another two options, if that makes sense. That's the idea behind that, of the algorithm. And let's say you go to the next one. So let's say you want to build another border. You build a border here. So okay, that's fun or fine. Let's make it perfect. And then removes the center part here. So in the sense that when you create it, it removes the connecting part. So the connecting wall, or the same shared wall it reuses. So then we've got another one here. And here. There we go. Wonderful. If that makes sense. So that's the idea behind this. And okay, wonderful. ChatGPT gave me some stuff here. Let me see. Can you please make it a function that returns the location? There we go. Wonderful. Okay, and then Wonderful. And ChatGPT just gave me a quick and simple. Go back to IntelliJ, and I'm going to create a new library, new package, and we call this util. Create a new Java class, and then inside the Java class we say a chunk utils. Okay, add, and then I copy this, copied, and then we go from there to there, we paste. Wonderful. So now we've got a location. So we enter the current location and it returns the center. That's cool. How does this work? Let me see. So we create the world and we get the location.world. We create the chunk and we create the location.chunk. Then we get the in center and the chunk.getX. What does this do? Is it a bitwise operator? Probably is. Let's see. What does do? So the operator is the bitwise left shift operator. Okay. So what does that do? It moves a bit. Okay. So 1 dash dash 4 equals 16. So 16. Oh, so it basically converts that to 16, I think. Why? Oh, so it's basically the power of. That's basically the power of. So this is what ChatGPT gave me. To put that in chat. This is what it gave me. So, for example, if x is hello Nplay, how are you doing today? So if x, the bit was operated to the left, so that's to the power. Yes, another live. So x is to the power of n. No, it's x times 2 to the n to the power of 2. That's what it's basically doing. And then the opposite ways is x divided by. Okay, that's doesn't make sense, but I might understand eventually. Okay. Oh, so it just converts it from chunk coordinates to block coordinates. Okay, wonderful. So this gives me the center, and while we're doing that, to go back to the border, so we've got chunk util, and we go back to our border command, and then instead of we doing that, we do chunk utils dot get chunk center, and then we do player dot get location. Now we do small player, so we do player dot get location. So now hopefully this works. What else I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to say player dot send message. Why is there an error here? Okay, so we've got that there. Like another one like that. No. Got a parentheses there. No, got a one there, one there. So I need this one's connected. These two are with these connected, so I need another one there. But this gives me an error. Cannot resolve method send component like. Okay, maybe that works. So let's compile. And this time, the compile will hopefully work if I didn't make a mistake somewhere. Okay, let's go back to our plugin and we rerun this. And let's see if it works. Okay, loading libraries, please wait. So, we're playing region, world, timings reset, wonderful. And then we go back to Minecraft and then we start. And now when I do the border command, so we do slash border. Oh, okay, where's the error? There we go. Border, where's the error? Plugin, com.merge and execute. No, that's not the error. Command listener, where is the error? At net.minecraft.commands, craft bucket, border, where is the error? At net, caused by, location, location cannot be cast to class net.adventure text component like. Okay, how do we use adventure text? Now this is where paper docs come into play. Paper MC, paper, and then we go to development, adventure API, event, command, dialog, recipe, roadmap. No. How plugins work, paperwork, command, API, event. Let's say here, Vancouver API. Getting started. I just want to send a simple message. Yeah. Then what? Community libraries? No, thank you. SQA? No, thank you. Audiences? No, thank you. Oh wait, maybe not. No, thank you. I want chat components. There we go. Oh. Okay. So this basically says this does not work. Okay. So the documentation says SSA component dot text, and inside the component dot text I can say dot content. Okay, and then we do there dot content. Why is this not working? It's deprecated. So also send message component. Abstract string. Okay, content, and then we say here dot to string. There we go. Dot to string. Okay, that fixed it. There we go. I'm missing another parentheses. There we go. So now let's compile and see if it works. And we might actually have it find the center then. Oh, now I have to go to the command here, and then we run this. And let's see if it's running. Saving all chunks of world data, saved 1,323 blocks. Hold the chunks list for world, the end world, the end. There we go. Please wait. Please no error, 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 please no error. Time is reset. Wonderful. We go back here and we play. Okay, and now if I do /border. Yes! So this is full, and let me say, so I know the difference. Yes, allow signing, and then just hashtags so I can see the difference. And then if I go to the same thing and do the border again, no, I do border, it gives you the same thing, yes. And if I go to the next chunk and I do border, it gives me something different. So x equals 440. And what does it say? Z equals -200. So this is the border. This is the center. I mean, it pretty much is. It's a block off, but I'm going to take this as working. Oh, that's so cool. Wonderful. So we finally found the border center, basically. It won't be perfect because the way it works is that because it is a straight number. 16 by 16 cannot be divided by 2 and have a single one. If it would be 17 by 17, we'd have a straight center. So the border would be in the center of these two blocks. But I'm happy to see if it is at this center here. I'm very happy with that. Wonderful. Okay, hello everybody joining today. How are you doing so far? Because I'm doing wonderful. So, let's see. My microphone bit in the way. There we go. Now, we need, so now I need a pen. So this is now added to the list. And the list has, now we loop through the list. So, no, particle wall, there we go. And create wall. We do not need the rotations. We no longer need this. We say for location in center locations. I need to fix this. Why does it not work if it's public? It's public, not a statement. Remove expression. My Java skills are wonderful. Okay. Center location. Oh, that's why. No wonder why. It's the wrong one. It does not work. Okay, it's wall center location. Wall center locations. Now what? Not a statement. Oh, because I have to say location. Location. There we go. So now we loop through every location saved. Center location in the chunk. So if you did notice, we got ChatGPT made this wonderful function to figure out the center. And then we save it into a array list. And now we loop through every array list. Right? And then we create a particle in each wall. If that makes sense. But now my only problem is, when do I stop? So like, when do I update? How do I update it? Is it like an update loop? If that makes sense. Because when this function is called, it doesn't loop. Let's see. Update loop paper / spigot plugin 1.20.1. In the meantime, what we're going to do now is we're going to say location, and now I need to think. We need to move, and this is where the math comes into play. So from the center, facing towards positive z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you sign. There we go. Then you have 7. There we go. So 7 blocks. And then this direction to, so this is positive z. Positive z. There we go. And then this direction we have negative x. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. We've got 8, and then we've got negative x. There we go. And then we have towards negative z, we've got 8 probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I knew it. So we've got 8, and we've got a negative z. Negative. There we go. And then finally, we have east, positive z. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, man. We've got 7, and it's positive z. There we go. Wonderful. Oh, my bad. So now that's basically how the center is going to be built up. So it's more in that direction. If I were to put it one more in this direction, these are going to be 8. It's not possible. Like I said previously, it's a straight number. It's not an uneven number. I can demonstrate this by doing there and there. So if you have a positive number, so even number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's no center. Does that make sense? There's black and yellow. That means it's a straight number and there's no center. The center would be in between these two blocks. It would be an even number, adding another block there. The center would be this block, if that makes sense. That's just how Minecraft is and how math is. So we need to do what we have, and that's why I'm putting these signs here so I know roughly where to put these particles. So when creating the wall, I add. So if I am in negative z, I add -8 blocks from currently where I am. And I do the same with the other 4 sides. Does that make sense? Back into IntelliJ. So then, so we create. Oh, we can do a bucket runnable. Okay, run every second. Update loop. Let's make an update loop. I just checked here. So in the tech wars, we've got an update loop. So I'm going to create here. I'm going to create a new function. Whoops, my bad. There we go. And say, create a public void create update loop. And then the update loop, we say update. I have to create a new. I have to create a runnable. So I have to say with my dpi. There we go. We say here private bucket runnable update task update task. I'll enter. There we go. And then here in the update task we say update task equals new bucket runnable, and then here's the heartbeat, and then we say here enter all of the update loop stuff, and then we say after we do the update runnable, then we say here update task dot run task timer this, and I don't want first run after 20 ticks, so you have a 20 tick wait, 20L, and then I would update every 5 seconds. So that's 2 times 5, 20 times 5, so that's 2 times 5 is 10, so every 100 seconds period delay. There we go. So that's every 100 seconds ticks. So because the game runs in 20 ticks a second, so what I did 5, I did 20 times 5. But I think that's basic math. I don't need to explain that. With enter all the update loop. Okay. If someone knows a more efficient way to do this, please let me know. The reason why I'm doing update is because I for the particles now. Anyway, so then in here, here we say create update loop. There we go. So this is going to run the update loop, and then here inside of the update loop, I'm going to add the not on command chunk no on the particle wall create wall. Okay, so now we say location dot get wall dot spawn particle dot dolphin. Then it's a location, right? So it's location. And now this is where we need to get a nifty. So what I'm to start now, I'm to start in the positive Z and to go clockwise. So I'm going to go this way. So positive C, say positive Z, fix location plus new location, and then we say here the positive C, so we say 0 0 and plus 7, right? Does that work, or is this a mistake? Int world. Oh, we say then location dot get world, and then we say enter so I can actually see what I'm doing. We remove that. Get world location world int returns. What does the location need? What does location need? Double. So we've got 0 again. D. We have to put a double or 0 0.0 0.0. Put a big D behind that. I'm doing a stupid Java mistake somewhere, probably. I'm doing a stupid Java mistake somewhere. Operator plus can apply to bucket location. Do I need to new vector? Plus new vector. No, it doesn't work. Plus new. How do I add a location? ChatGPT. How do I add a location look, or let's change the location. How do I change a parameter a location? Let's see. We take a sip of water. Location. Location, let me say, plus location dot add. There we go. Then we add, and then we say 0, 0, 7. Double. Why does it not work? Oh my word. Fix this, please. Why does this not work? Okay. Operator plus can be applied to org bucket. Dolphin location dot clone. Oh, that's why I have to use location dot clone. Thanks ChatGPT dot clone dot add, and then I need to add behind this dot add a 1 count. Let's see. It's 700, right? 700 particles. And then you have the offset. So you've got spawn particle, and you've got the offset of x16. No. Okay, I did this before. Somewhere. Count 700. Every single block. Okay. Where did I put the commands? What do you guys actually think of this border? I still don't know. Let me add here. What do you think of the current border? I think I like it, but yeah, I'm not going to continue asking that. So back to the testing area. False. Okay, wonderful. So what I'm going to do now, I'm to switch between IntelliJ and here. Okay, so this is what it did. Okay, so first I need to change the location, which is interesting. So I want him to do here, so then we say temp, copy location, and we say temp. What can I do? No. Okay, so I have the location of, so this loops for every location, and then I need to okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Bit lazy at the moment. So after this, after the stream incident, people don't know, we've been fighting with the problem location. What? Location. List cannot resolve symbol list. Cannot resolve symbol world. What do you mean? Vector, I don't need the vector. What? List. There we go. And Alt Enter. And now, here. Alt Enter. Yes, import class world. There we go. And then we do import the class here. Import class. Yes, org bucket. Color.red. Okay. Okay, what I'm to do now, I'm to get here. I'm to copy this. So we put in a separate function. And then we copy it from there, cut there, and then we say here create wall, and then say public void summon particles There we go. We place it in there. And then I change this. Blocks width, wide, high. Particle spacing, when you keep the same. Width, height. Width, we say int width, say int height. There we go. Then we have a location, center, location, and then we have a world. I cannot create tab world. Why not? Where is the problem? Oh, because I spelled it incorrectly, that's why. Wonderful. Okay, so then we say here, summon particles, and inside that this is the width should be 16, the height should be 10, should be, let's do 50. The location should be location, center location, and the world should be world. Now let's see if I compile this and hopefully it runs. Hopefully, create wall. And now we go back to the border command and we say here, center location.add, and then in the and then also in the border command we say add create wall. pw.create_wall. Center locations. pw.wall center locations. Okay, and then we recompile this again. Now we hopefully get this working. Wonderful. So let's join and see what happens. I mean, reload and see what happens. It won't be too bad, won't it? So, loading libraries, please wait. There we go. Playing level, dimensions, timing reset. Back to stem and join. And now, when I do, I'm not curious if I go here and /border. Ah, there we go. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That is cool. I like that. That's cool. But I'm going to change this to dolphin because I think dolphin looks better. So we go back to the particle wall and then we say dolphin. Where is it? Dolphin. Now, how do I I need to make this a box. Okay, wait. Okay. So, at the moment, everyone who doesn't know, so what we're doing, so when we're creating the wall location, wait. If you go back to the main class, because I remember something. Remember we've got this up run. Let's do every 2.5 seconds. And then we say here, inside of the thing, create wall. PW, to create another bucket runnable, and we say a private particle wall, PW, and we say here, PW dot summon particles create wall. We say PW dot wall center location. So there we go. So now we go back to Minecraft. Let me first see here, and then we rerun this. And hopefully, it's a dolphin. I think the dolphin looks better. And then to figure out how to add some randomization, if that makes sense, because I don't like the current way it looks. Let's see if it runs. Pick- There you go. Finish. Wonderful. Okay, and we enter and we restart and let's see what happens. If it looks better, we say /border. /border. Still red. Still red, okay. That looks cool. This red, this like building from the bottom up. Broop. That's cool. If I go to the next one, will it also adds from there. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. So, let's go back to IntelliJ, and then we go to here. Okay, the chunk util center. This is the core of it, basically. So the idea behind the chunk util center, I mean, my word, I'm combining random words now. I need a whiskey. So, the chunk util, get chunk center. So we pass in a simple location, and then we get the rough end center from it. What I want to do with this is, you see here, this is the main class. So what we're going to do is we need to figure out a way to center it on the edge. So summon particles. This is now where my logic brain no longer wants to go. Why is it not? It didn't up. It's dolphin, not redstone. It didn't update. I'm still annoyed. It didn't update. Hello, everybody joining. How are you doing today? Because I'm doing fantastic. So, to get this running, it's not working at the moment. Why not though? That's the question. So, I don't understand. Oh, we might be close. There, and then we rerun this. Don't drop my phone. Be a smart idea. There we go. And now, when running, we have loading libraries. Please wait. And come on. I beg to the gods. I beg to the gods that it runs. I beg to the gods that it runs. Please run. Please run. Please run. Okay. So now, oh, music isn't playing. You guys don't have music. My word. Wait. Wait. Okay, wait. I just noticed the music isn't playing. Something changed here. Okay, wait. Go back to the main monitor. There we go. And then we add a audio output capture. There we go. Yep. Okay. And then we go here to Apple Music mini player. No, Apple Music. Go Apple Music and press OK. And hopefully, it ain't showing anything. Okay. I'm sorry about that, but there's no music playing. That's on me. So, the thing is running now, back to Minecraft, and if it's not a dolphin, I don't know, it didn't update or something. /border. What? Okay, there's an error. Where's the error? Why is there an error? Thou is an error. Is null. Tech Wars access. Also because Tech Wars is null. Oh, it's a Okay. Logged in entities. That's when I logged in. There's the error. Wonderful. Mm, unhandled exception. Where's what was that? What? Data should be class. What is this error? Wait. Wait, I don't like this. I don't like this. Another error. And you guys know how I deal with errors. I don't. Um. Oh, that's why. I need to change. What? Mm. Okay. Give this ChatGPT, and it's going to fix it for me to Dolphin, because, like I said, I am too um I'm too uneducated for to oh, that's the error. Come on, IntelliJ, don't crash on me now, please don't. Thank you. And there we go. And then we rerun, and there's another error, or a warning rather said. I also want to fix the warning. I don't want it a constant warning. Wall center locations. Where? Checkles. Wall center locations. Yeah. To fix this new array list. Okay, wall center location doesn't seem to be working. Oh, I make the list. Okay, so wall center locations gives to me a warning, and I don't want warning, so then I can't see anything in the log. So enable. I don't want to. I don't like it. No. Wall center locations that add new get server, get world. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. So, okay, while this thing is running, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be rework the algorithm now. First, we need to figure out a way. Okay, so let me quickly just fix this. So ChatGPT gave me a fix. Of course it did. Okay, and then we do that. Where's the problem? And we do PW, and then we do PW equals new PW. You want it in here, most right? There we go. Wonderful. So now we create that. Okay, so now we initialize it. Okay, wonderful. And now we go back to into the server. Where's the server? And then we rerun this. So we stop the server and rerun it. You can do this with Control C if you add it. So you can show if I quickly go back here to chatting, and I can quickly check here where I do this. Okay, back to main. We go to paper, and then if I go to start.bat, there we go. You can see here I've got the start, and then every time I press Control C, it goes to start. If that makes sense. So we go back to the server. It'd give me an error somewhere. Oh, it's not done yet. That's why. Time is reset. Wonderful. Now I can go back in, and hopefully, if I do now /border, yay! It's dolphin particles, but not enough. Clearly not enough. So we go back to the particle wall, and we do here 10, and then when spawning the particle, we do particle location dot add spacing, and then we add randomness. So then we do plus random dot. I want a bit of randomness, so okay. So we do new random. Okay, I should put the very top here. So a bit of randomness, if that makes sense. So we at the very top here we say random rand equals new random. There we go. And then back down here we add a rand dot next double. Then we say spacing. Let's do the maximum of 3. And then we do the same thing again here. Plus rand dot rand double 5 3. And then we do it again. No, we don't. 3. Wonderful. And then we add it like that, so it's visible to in one line basically when quickly editing it. And then we enter here again, and then we close it off. Wonderful. Okay, so now hopefully we can change, so it's a bit of randomness so it doesn't look so perfect. Let's do 15. Let's do 45. Okay, and then we recompile. And compile finish, we go back to the thing, and then we reload. In the meantime, ChatGPT gave me a fix. No, it didn't. Okay. Particle. Okay, wonderful. Timing's reset. So we go back to Minecraft, and then we play. And now we do slash border. Oh, what? What? That was quick. Let's see, do we get any kind of command here? No, we don't. We are getting something. I mean, it is repeating. Okay, we need to make this a bit shorter in the tech walls. We need to make this not 50s, but 40. And then for the plugin of YML particle wall, for the Y spacing. Let's do 700. So 350. There we go. And then we rebuild, and hopefully we get it working. Now let's see. Process finish exit code. We reload this. Trunk utils, get trunk border locations. Is it finished? Let's see. No, loading libraries. Okay, timing's reset. Back to server list, and hopefully now is it generating? No. So border. Oh, there's a lag spike. Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Do 2. Let's do 2 particles. There's my mistake. So let's respawn the particles, but we need way more particles. I mean, particle count, spacing. Let's make the spacing lower, like 2. Okay, so that was my mistake. I put too many particles in one spot. That's my mistake. Okay, we go back here and we restart. Okay, there we go. Please one. There we go. So we've got the thing. It's loading recipes. Wonderful. And then, yeah. Okay, time is reset. Wonderful. And then we reload, and then hopefully /border. There we go. Now that's what I'm looking for. SB 10 ticks every second. So tech wars. So not every 2 seconds, every second. 20. So let's rerun this. Okay, wonderful, finish, and then we rerun this. Now this is the tedious part of creating plugins. Hot reload takes some time, and I'm too lazy to set that up. So it's closing everything off. Okay. Okay, and then let me see here. Not chunk utils, we don't need that border. Now I need particle wall. There we go. And now, hopefully, is it finished? That's the question. I always, yep, finished. We go back. And now we do /particle, border. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So now this border, wait, can I add another border next door? Yes, and both of them generate. And then we add another border here. Behind me there, that's cool. And then we add another border. They're so high above. We add another border here. We can only have one per chunk, that's cool. We can add another border in this chunk. No, yes I can, that's cool. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. In the sense that I can add it aligns to the center, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. So I asked ChatGPT to create me here, create ChatGPT for the same thing, but just for the entire wall. So I just want to get something basic working before we start working on the algorithm, if that makes sense. So there we go. And now let's rerun this. So basically, let's reread what this does. Is edge, okay, that's a way of doing it. If it's not edge, continue. Location, because buttons in location add double, okay. That adds a bit of randomization. We loop through every block in the chunk. Spacing, distance, a half chunk is 8. Okay. And then we rerun this. Now I'm curious. Because if it doesn't go to the edge, if that makes sense, I've got a problem. Yeah. So, saving 900 chunks. My word, that's a lot. The next thing we need to figure out is how do I save the contents of the border into a file, if that makes sense. Because then we need to read from that file before we even add stuff to it, so that all the borders have been saved before we can even change anything. Means reset. Wonderful. And then we go back to server, we go back inside, and then we do slash border. Nothing, absolutely nothing happened. Nothing, niche, nada. Okay. So, this does for a wall, width, and height. We don't need this, and I need another removal. There's my width. So the width is 16, the height is 50. Let's make the height 300, and the width 20. Now this is per wall. Okay, so if you've got this per wall, okay, we need to do this 4 times. So when you say for int I equals 0, I is less or equal to, I, not minus, I is less or equal to 4i plus plus, and then we summon the particles, and we say if I equals, no, I equals 1, no 0, because we go from 0 to 3, we do their center location plus dot clone dot add, and then we do plus 7, and we do the exact same thing here as done before. So we add, for the first direction, we add positive z, so we add 0, 0, 7, and then we copy this. Probably this more efficient way of doing this. Yes, there is. It's called something a switch statement. Switch I case 1 paste, case 2 I paste, and case 2, because we're going clockwise, is negative x, so negative 8, and then we remove the 7, and we remove this 2, and make this a 0, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Then we say case 3, case 0, my bad, case 0, case 1, case 2, summon, we paste this in, and then we go back to Minecraft. So we know here, now we got positive z, that's positive z, no, that's negative x, that's positive x, x, that's negative z, yes, that's negative x and negative 8z. We've got positives and negative 8, they've got negative 8z, and they've got 7 positive z, so we've got another one finally. Case 3, summon we just paste it in there, and then we say here it's positive 7x, so now we're there. So positive 7, negative 8, negative 8, positive 7. Wonderful. So now this will create a particle wall on each side of the chunk with the correspondence, so, and the width of each is the correct, so 20, so that should be each chunk. Now we need to figure out a way, how do we remove a wall if this thing works correctly? So let's rerun this. And I'm quickly going to take a bathroom break. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hello, everybody. I am back. So, let's see. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. The order is interesting, though. Mm. It's interesting order. I don't understand why it's doing that. Okay. So pretty much drop above here. It's skew. Okay, let me slow it down a bit. The tick walls. So let's do, instead of that, we do back to every 2 seconds, so 40. And now let's run. Plug my monitor in. Battery's getting low. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. Build finished. Rerun. And hopefully, the next one, how do we change the rotation? That's the next problem. How do we change the rotation? How do I change the rotation? Maybe, because that has to do with here. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. First thing, is it finished? Yes. Time is reset. We go back to Minecraft, we join. And now we do /border. For I don't know what the order is. I don't understand. It's going weird. Wait, let me first here. Then after this case, let me remove you and remove you. Let me say default, and we just say break. That might be the case. Oh yeah, right. I can also. I remember now. I can also just do this. Looks a bit cleaner, in my opinion. There we go. Hello. Okay. Guess not. Guess not. Okay, so we just keep it as is. And then um now this is where we okay, so it keeps this. We keep this. And then after we do the location, we check particle lock here. So we say particle lock equals center location of clone, and then we copy this, and then we say if the rotation, if we add all the rotation up here, rotations rot, if rot equals rotations dot east west, no, north south, we start with north south, then we add got it saved somewhere, there we go, particle location add, there we go, what with I, oh, int x, there we go, x, and then else because of how it works, east west, so east west. So now we set the rotation based off that, and then we spawn the particle, particle. And now we have, it should not change. Oh wait, I forgot the rotation. Rot. Let me say rotations dot. Now I need to think quickly. So if it is in negative x or positive x, it is east west. Negative x rotation dot west dot north south rotations dot east west, and we do another again, rotations dot north south, whoops, north south, there we go, and finally we do rotations dot east west. Wonderful. Now we compile again, and then after we compiled, hopefully we've got a simple wall that basically encounters the entire thing. Wonderful, process finished, and then we go back to here, and then we rerun this. And this is normally the most tedious part of plugin development, like I said before. The reloading basically takes so much time, and there is options to do hot swapping or hot reloading, but it has limitations. Like you can only change a few things, or you have to recompile if you add a new function or something like that. And for me, that's just too lazy to set that up for the amount of time it saves. I know it'd probably be beneficial for me, but yeah, it's not really for me. I'm too lazy, to be fairly honest. So now let's see here that we get this running, hopefully a bit better. Timings reset, wonderful. We go back to the server lift and we start, and maybe, yeah, there we go, we do /border. So it adds all 4 borders but doesn't turn them. They're still all facing either east, west, north, east, south. Either they're all facing. Or did I put it? I put it the wrong way around. That's why I put it the wrong way around. Okay. Or did I? This one is facing this way. This one is facing this way. Yeah, I put it the wrong way around. Okay, that's on me. East, west. East, west, north, south, north, south, east, west, and north, south. There we go. No, north, south. And the bracket, don't forget the bracket. And then we run. And finished. Wonderful. And then we go here, and then we rerun this. So many chunks, or 70% there. Almost there, 1 file's copy, so now we are reloading again. And there we go. Time is done. Wonderful. Okay. We go back to Minecraft. And then, when we're inside again. Wonderful. Then we do here. /border. Bam. Yes. Wonderful. Now we just have the flickering problem. I want it to be steady. I don't know why that is. Okay. Let's see here. So the reason why that is I don't know. To be frankly honest, I have no clue. Let's go back to here to the Tech Wars. So when creating the thing, we create a timer that is 40 ticks. And these 40 ticks... Okay. So we have a bucket runnable. At least the particles are refreshing. That's the good part. That's the good part. At least we're refreshing that. At the moment. Okay, so we change this back to 100. Maybe the thing is too low. And then maybe we just remove the randomness. I mean, it's sad to see the randomness go, but if it looks better, I would go for it. I mean, it is all the way for the problem solving. So if we get the problem solving running, it is, I mean, it will be better if we get all the problem solving running. So, let's see. Finished, we go back to here and we reload. And finally, if it finally runs, saving all chunk holders for world, saving 700 chunks. Oh. And then we need to figure out a way to save the borders, but I think I'm going to do that next stream. So, let's see how it is going. 1 file's copies. Okay, we finished. Finished. Loading libraries. Please wait. No errors, no errors, no errors. Loaded 7 recipes and finished. Woo. Okay. Start. And then do /border. That looks better. Okay, let me change the width of this. The width of these borders. Where's the width? There we go. Where's the width of 50? 50. 50. 50. And let's rerun that. Um. Mm, 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 Okay. I'm just thinking here out loud, not out loud, thinking how I can maybe fix the flickering and at the same time prompting to ChatGPT. Because like I said, I've absolutely no clue how I can get the flickering gone. I've increased the thing. I've mm, okay, so yeah, that's okay, yeah, I might have to remove even more. Let's do like every 2 ticks, 2. Maybe that fixes it, but I don't want to if that's too inefficient. I mean, if the server's going to crash, the server's 2 GB RAM. So if this is going to crash the server because of how many computation it has to do, we're going to have a problem. So yeah. Okay, finish exit code, wonderful. And then we finally, hopefully, please, I beg of you, please. Every time I reload, it's gonna get slower. I've got a feeling that's what it does. Every time I get reloaded, it gets slower. That's probably what it does. Okay. Oh my word, this is just, I'm just start scrolling. What does Discord says? Wonderful. Timing's reset. Okay. Then we go to here and we join again. And hopefully, I'm gonna do now border. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. I like it. Just that my game is lagging behind. That doesn't look too shabby. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Actually, I like that. Oh, is it the server not being able to handle it? Yeah. That's the server not being able to handle it. Yeah, it's too quick. Yeah, bye-bye RAM, bye-bye RAM. Okay. Need to the period back to 10, so every half a second. Oh, my PC. Oh, my PC. Please. It's finished compiling. Okay, close the server. Stop the server. Stop. Let's increase the particle spacing to something like let's do 0.5. That might be actually the problem. 0.5 might be the problem. That might be the problem. It's too much. Where's my server? Yeah. Stop. I don't want to do this. But I did. Okay, I need to find the file explorer again and start the server. Yeah, that was a bit too much for the server. it wouldn't hold, even for a vanilla server. But remember this, in the mod pack's going to be like, how many mods? I think like 50 or something. So, yeah, we need to do a bunch of optimization. Preparing start regions, time is reset, wonderful. I think that also need to speed it up a bit. So, we'll see. Then we do /border, bam. Yeah, that's fun. I think we should change the particle though. I mean, it doesn't look that good. I like the dolphin. Let's do like count 10 maybe. Maybe that works. Hopefully that works. So that might look well. That might look well. That might look well. Let's see. Finished. And this is where fine-tuning comes into play. Don't like it flickering that much, but if it looks cool, I'll keep it. So yeah. Wonderful. And please wait, loading. And time is reset. Wonderful. Let's go back, and we go back, and we go back, and we join, and hopefully, okay, let me do /border. A bit quick. It's a bit quick, just a tad bit. So we go back to the chunk. We go back to Tech Wars. I might actually. I think I might have to. 50 is a half of 10. So it'd be every 2.5 seconds. I think I might actually have to change the particle. I really don't want to. Redstone. I really don't want to. But I think I might just have to. I really don't want to, but I think I just might have to. Okay. So I'm really looking back through the where will this work? It's probably give me an error. Me knowing me, it's probably going to give an error somewhere. I made a mistake somewhere. Okay. Okay. Probably work. I mean, it looks fine. Otherwise, we should create a blue. Blue. Finished. Okay, wonderful. No. There we go. Reload. Double. Oh, then I can just do dot blue. But that's an error. No. Oh, I can do here blue. Then I just do that there, and I do there, and then I do blue. 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 Okay, then we reload that. And then we might be done. I mean, if we get it finished till then, I'll be very happy. We might be done. slash. Oh wait, I didn't reload. I didn't reload. Wait. I didn't reload. Okay. And time is reset. Wonderful. And then we do here, border. Oh. Yeah, the server's running behind. I can see that directly. Now where's my bloody server? Okay, way too quick. Where's IntelliJ? Okay. Tech Wars. My PC's lagging behind. Come on. Okay. Let's do back to every 5 seconds. Particle wall, and then we change the height to like 9 to like, I don't know, 800. Let's do 800. 800. 800. 800. Let's see how many particles that is. And we do per block. So each block gets basically one particle. Equals 1. 1.0. Okay. So let's rebuild this, and while that, I'm going to go on my phone and figure out how much that is. So that is clear. So that is 50 times 800. Per side is 40,000 particles. Yeah, my server ain't keeping up. My server ain't keeping up. No shot, it ain't keeping up. Ain't no way it's keeping up. But let's see. Let my PC crash. Let my PC crash. Okay. Let's do 25 times 800. There's still 20,000. Okay. Let's do 25 times 500. That's 12,000. That's better. Let's do 25 times. Wonderful. Ready? Let's see the PC crash. PC crash. Come on. Crash my PC. Border. No, border. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay. 25 times. Let's do 3. No, let's do 500. 12,000. Okay. Let's do 25 times 25, not 28. 25 times 4,500. 450. 11,000. Still a lot. I want to get under 10,000. Let's do 25 times 400. No. 400. There we go. 10,000. Okay. So I need to do 400 instead of 800. So basically half of it. Okay. Hopefully that works. Finish. Okay, wait. And then we go here and we do Control C. Wonderful. And what's that? Okay. That means reset. And we go back to Minecraft. We go back here. And then we do We do slash border. Oh, my PC. Yeah, it said no. It said no. It said no. Okay. That's sad, but it said no. Let's do 300. 300. 300. 300. I'm summoning 10. I'm insane. Oh my word, I'm insane. So it would have been 100,000 particles. Yeah, I'm insane. Wonderful, process finished. And then we do the same here. Stopping server. Saving all chunk holders for world. Saved 100,000. No, 1,170 blocks chunks. Yep. Flushing chunk IO. Closing thread pool. All interesting things. And now. Wonderful. Time is reset. There we go. And we go back all the way to Minecraft. Let's do border. I mean, that looks fine. But that means I need to change. It says it's per block. It doesn't, and it needs to be 16. So this only needs to be 1, 6, 16, 16, 16, 16, and 16. There we go. And we can do it again. 500, 500, 500, 500, and 500. And then, let's see how much that is. All clear. So we do 16 times 500. That's 8,000. That's still fine. Then we do to tech wars, and then we change this to every second. It updates every second, and if my game crashes, then yeah, then I don't know. Finished, and then we do that again. Now this is where hot reload would be fun or good. Yet again, like I said, I'm too lazy to fix this. Okay, and saving all chunk borders, closing server, files copied. Sorry, excuse me. Please wait. Almost there. 7 and timings reset. And then we do border. Bam. Now that's cool. That's cool. And 6 is a big. I mean, we can do 10. 10's fine. Particle wall. 10 is fine. So that's just 5,000 particles. So we've got 10 there. Got 10 particles there. And I mean, it's cool. I like it. Okay, and then we just wait. So, now, hopefully, there we go. Files copied. And Time is reset. Wonderful. Okay, we go back into the launcher. I mean, the server. Do border. Yes, that's cool. I like that a lot. Could actually even do 9. We can even do 9. Yeah, I would do 9 actually. We can do 9 here. Where is it? 9. 9 is instead of it we do 609. 9 and we do 9 again. There we go. And then we do 600. 6, 6, 6, and 6. There we go. And then we are finished. There we go. We go back into our server and then we rerun this. Almost there. Okay. Time is reset. Wonderful. Then we can go back into our server and then we rerun this. Border. 8. Even 8 works. 8. No, 8. 8. 8. 8. And so 8 sides. We've got 8 sides. And then after we've got 8 sides, okay, I'm slow today. I'm tired. So it's rerunning now. So the server's running in the background now. What do I want to do now? It's flashing. I think it's good enough. Good enough for now. So no, till it looks perfect, and you just accept the flashing as is. I mean, it looks cool. The flashing looks fire, in my opinion. Time is reset. Okay, a bit behind. So let's go back into side, and we do border. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This, and look here. It's all in one. So we're just the amount of particles. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. Let's see how high this goes. I'm curious. Yeah, this border, I think that looks way better. So, yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Now, the last thing I need to do is figure out a way till it goes all the way automatically to the ground. So, it goes down till it finds air. How do I do that? So, we go back to the border command, and then inside the border command, before we create the wall, we say if player dot get location dot get block y does not equal to air. No, if it equals to air, blocks. No, it's material. Material dot air. Why does it not work? Y equals dot get block. Get relation dot get block. Operator can be applied to all. Okay. So first while. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say player dot get location dot clone dot add. We say 0, -1, 0. Right? And then while we're doing that, so we're going down. Once we break out, we say get location. So to copy that to ChatGPT and say fix. Please a fix. Okay, because I'm too tired to think at the moment, and yeah. Get block. Get chunk center. Copy code. Okay, so this is what it does. This is what gave me. So then we there we go. We remove that. We remove that. Input loss. And we remove that. And we remove that. So now if dot get type, oh, that's the problem. So now the idea was that we already go to the bottom of the ground, so automatically aligns with the bottom of the ground, if that makes sense. There we go, and then we rerun the server. Here we go. We rerun it. And we are about to do the final test. It can't be that big, come on. Saving all chunks and worlds. Come on. Files copied. Loading libraries. Please wait. I'm not going to wait. Okay, loading. And timings reset. Join again. And now, the moment of truth. Border. Yes, it works. Now, isn't that cool? So you come to the border, you see this. And if you go higher, Minecraft renders the particles too. So Minecraft wants to put 100. I think I'm just going to put 100 so we can have a bunch of particles. But I am super excited that it works. Wait, let me just put 100. 100 should be fine. I mean, if you build higher, so be it. But I think that we had a very successful stream today after we figure out that paper plugin and plugin.yml are not the same, and if they're not the same, the plugin won't run. So that's why I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and I hope you enjoy your day. See you!